this 10-minute delivery of food. And I have with me, I would like to introduce Lok Sabha MP of the Congress Party, Mr. Karthi Chidambaram. Mr. Chidambaram, good evening. You made an intervention also in Parliament about this whole concept of 10-minute food delivery. What is your observation? What is your reservation? What is your basic contention?
See, I spoke about this last week in Parliament, well before this particular company's 10-minute, program which is announced today or yesterday. There are 15 million people who work in the gig economy in India. They don't have a formal employer-employee relationship with their companies. They work very long hours. There have been many studies by independent agencies which say that these people who provide these services don't have very good conditions of work, and they're overworked and they suffer a lot of hardships, and they don't have any social security. So that is the issue I highlighted last week when I spoke in the Zero Hour very briefly. Subsequently, a particular company, which is an app-based delivery company, has said that they will now start delivering food or groceries, whatever it is, within 10 minutes. This is only going to exacerbate the situation. As it is, the delivery personnel are under tremendous pressure. This will only lead to more pressure, which will lead to, endangering their life and limb, not necessarily only their life and limb, but also others on the road, because they're under tremendous pressure, and this forces them to, drive negligently and rashly. And there have been many instances where people have lost lives. Even in Delhi, there has been an executive of Zomato, Salil Tripathi, who passed away. And there is not much of a social security net for them. There is not much compensation for them. They don't have much of a bargaining power vis-a-vis these VC-fueled companies, which are worth billions. They don't have any organized structure to negotiate with these companies for terms of employment. They're technically not employed or terms of service. And they don't have any kind of social security. And further, they're using their private personal vehicles for commercial delivery. So this is also a good excuse for insurance companies to turn down their claims. So there are many issues. And we as a society, I understand that technology is a great enabler. It is giving newer and newer opportunities. It is fueling the economy. But as a society, we must also adapt to those changes and give.
But Mr. Chidambaram,
who don't have the necessary bargaining.
Correct. I agree with you.
That's all. That's the only.
Have you heard?
That's my motivation.
What's your? You must have heard what the chief of Zomato, the clarification that he has given, that this is only going to be hyper local.
I am not concerned with particular companies or their particular marketing strategies, which they need to do to enhance their investor value or to attract new investors. I understand the VC world. I know that you need to keep on innovating. It's not enough for them to just run a business as usual. So I understand all that. But that's not my concern. My concern is much more broader. It is about the 15 million people who work in the gig economy, which is going to grow to 25 million and perhaps to 100 million if things move in the same trajectory. What is the protection they have? What is the social security they have? What are the working conditions?
Most important.
What is that is my only motivation. I'm really not concerned about a company or its specific program to deliver. Perhaps if Zomato is able to deliver groceries in 10 minutes, they must be given the key to our police control room and to our ambulance services as well, so they can quickly dispatch ambulances and respond to emergency calls in police station. So I think the Home Minister of India must take note of this and immediately call the chief of Zomato to start manning the emergency response systems of India.
Okay, Mr. Karthi Chidambaram, thank you very much. I guess this concern that you have raised is very, very important. Food at what cost? The risk versus reward of this innovation. Innovation is good, but at what cost? That is very important. Thank you very much, Mr. Chidambaram, for joining us. We have Kanish Gaur, who is invested in Zomato, is the founder of India Future Foundation, and Faisal, a delivery boy. We'll hear from him firsthand on what the practical problem is. Now, Kanish, before I come to you, Faisal, मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूं, ये जो 10 मिनट की बात कही जा रही है, इसमें तमाम तर्क दिए गए हैं, लॉट्स ऑफ एक्सप्लेनेशन दैट हैज बीन गिवन कि भाई एकदम लोकल होगा, पहले से ही तैयार खाने के आइटम होंगे और वो 1-2 किलोमीटर के आसपास के दायरे में ही होगा, तो इतनी बड़ी दिक्कत नहीं होगी जितना हम मान के चल रहे हैं। मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूं कि ये टाइम पर डिलीवर करने का जो प्रेशर होता है उसको किस तरीके से झेलते हैं डिलीवरी बॉय। जैसे मैं जानता हूं पिज्जा के टाइम पर दिल्ली में बहुत सारे ऐसे वार्ड्स थे अस्पतालों में जहां पर आपको लाइन से वो पिज्जा डिलीवरी वाले, किसी का हाथ टूटा है, किसी की टांग टूटी है, सब इलाज करा रहे थे अपने पैसे से, वो भी।
सर मैं यही बताना चाहूंगा, 10 मिनट बहुत कम है। 10 मिनट में हमें जाना भी होता है, फिर वहाँ पैकेजिंग वगैरह होती है, उसमें टाइम लगता है। कस्टमर तो 10 मिनट जब से अकाउंट करना शुरू कर देता है जब वो ऑर्डर करता है। और फिर कई जगह रेड लाइट वगैरह भी होती है, तो रेड लाइट जंप वगैरह और गाड़ी भी तेज चलानी पड़ती है, तो सर दिक्कत है 10 मिनट में।
जी, Kanishk, how would you respond? You see, the apprehensions are many. I mean, we are all for innovation, but surely someone can wait. Even if I'm really, really hungry, I wouldn't want someone to break his bones to get my food on time. I can wait 15, 20 minutes or 30 minutes perhaps.
So, Sanket, if you go through the explanation which the CEO of Zomato has given, he's explained that this is a new model which he's building, and this is not the first time. If you look at Zepto was the first company in India which launched this 10-minute delivery model, and this has been done globally as well. So if you go to Turkey, there is a company called as Getir which is already offering a similar delivery. If you go to Germany, Gorillas is another company which does this. Dija is another company in Britain who is already doing it. Uber Eats has partnered with Carrefour to deliver on a similar model in US. So this is hyper local commerce which is being built up, and the CEO of Zomato has told that they are going to build a new model. In fact, build up workstations for delivery. So this is not for ordinary delivery, but for aspects which people want. So if you want to offer something which is widely popular, they will try and build out that model. If you look out through the explanation, it is clearly explained they are looking at delivering this within 1 to 2 kilometers of range, which will approximately take 3 to 6 minutes. And the average time per kilometer will be 20 kilometers per hour. I don't think so, which is going to be a big risk. And this is going to be for fast selling delivery items. So the normal preparation for food is going to be between 2 to 4 minutes.
See, there is one model which you create which is great theoretically, and then there are practical difficulties which are very unique to India. You will not face these problems in other countries, right? Given these problems, also the social security net, Mr. Karthi Chidambaram just highlighted this fact.
So if you look at,
who takes care of these people?
Yeah, so they are promising insurance, right, for any kind of accident that happens. They're also promising that there will not be any late fee charges if the food is delivered later than 10 minutes. Neither will the delivery person be informed whether it is a 10-minute delivery or a 30-minute delivery. So all that has been specified explicitly.
But then, Mr. Gaur, it carries no meaning then.
No, it carries a meaning because it is for aspects which are much in demand. So if you want to order something which is much in demand and it is close to your house, 1 to 2 kilometers, this is the new model, and the world has evolved to it. If Zomato would have not done this, other companies would have also done this. And Zomato is not the first company. There is already other companies like Zepto. There is Instamart from Swiggy, which are already offering this food. So I don't understand why we are specifically targeting Zomato.
No, nobody is targeting. First of all, on this debate, Mr. Gaur, the idea is not to target, but to understand that have we done this risk versus reward SWOT analysis well? Because frankly, 30 minutes is fine, but 10 minutes, I don't know what this model is. 10 minutes is going to be a little bit of a stretch on the person who's delivering. You may have food ready, but I'm talking about delivery. Very quickly, Faisal, I want to come back to you. आपको लगता है कि बहुत आश्वासन चाहिए होगा इससे पहले कि आप इस तरीके की कोई चीज करें? मैं आपसे वो डिफिकल्टीज जानना चाहता हूं। जैसे अभी का जो मॉडल है उसमें 30 मिनट तक में आप डिलीवर करते हैं, इसमें अगर कुछ हो जाए, कोई एक्सीडेंट हो जाए, चोट लग जाए, तो ऐसे में रिस्पांस क्या होता है इन कंपनीज का?
ऐसे में सर एज अ डिलीवरी बॉय कोशिश ही कर सकता है, कोई भी जो डिलीवरी बॉय है उसे अपनी की तरफ से कोशिश कर सकता है, बट अगर एक्सीडेंट वगैरह होता है तो या कुछ होता है तो फिर कंपनी मुझे नहीं लगता कि कुछ करती है डिलीवरी बॉय के लिए हमारे लिए।
How would you respond, Mr. Gaur? That's the point. You may claim 1,000 things, but what if a person meets with an accident on duty? What's the safety net for them to do this, to enter into this enterprise? You call them delivery partners.
So if you look at what the CEO of Zomato has explained, he has specifically characterized that the company is going to create a new business model and they're going to come out with safety guidelines and standard operating procedures on how delivery can be ensured within 10 minutes. This will include training the drivers, also creating awareness and telling them how their safety will be covered through insurance and accidental schemes.
The point over here is not guidelines.
So, Sanket,
an accident is called an accident because it is an accident, right? So whatever SOP may be in place, if an accident happens, then what is the responsibility of this company as you undertake this enterprise of 10 minutes?
So the responsibility of the company is to provide life insurance cover. The responsibility of the company is to provide accidental insurance. That's what they can do as a partner. And there are going to be multiple new models which are getting created, and these are certain risks which the company will try and cover.
I think I've run out of time, but it's healthy for us. Sadly, even this debate was for 10 minutes only, but it should be important for us to debate this for a little more than 10 minutes as you undertake this enterprise of delivering food. I mean, I know this craving, this madness, let's quickly have something to eat, but I don't want it over someone else's misery or the misery of a delivery partner. Let's just hope that does not happen. Mr. Gaur as well as Faisal, thank you very much.